Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip. Neuroscience says one simple habit makes your brain work better, especially if you're sleep deprived. You run a business, right? I'm going to bet that sometimes you push yourself too hard. You skip meals, you take on too much. Perhaps most common, you don't get enough sleep. It's this last point that a group of researchers led by a team from the University of Portsmouth in England set out to study, with an eye toward determining whether there are things that people can do to offset the effects of not getting enough sleep. For the team determined that exercise holds the key to improving executive functions after sleep deprivation, specifically a 20-minute period of aerobic exercise. The research, published in the journal Physiology and Behavior, was striking for its methods. Basically, study participants were put into two groups of 12 with various sleep deprivation requirements, and then asked to perform a series of 7 tasks, first while at rest, and then while cycling. Group 1 was limited to 5 hours of sleep per night over a 3-night period. Group 2 was denied any sleep at all for a 1-night period, and also performed the 7 tasks while experiencing an hypoxic, low levels of oxygen environment in the university's extreme environments laboratories. Intense, right? I suppose it's not hard to find sleep-deprived people, but it's more difficult to find people deprived of exactly the same amount of sleep for the same periods of time. The results for both groups were that moderate intensity exercise, like cycling, improved their cognitive performance in all 7 of the tasks. The prefrontal cortex, PFC, area of the brain is highly sensitive to its neurochemical environment and is highly susceptible to stress, explained co-lead author Juan Ignacio Barra-Riotti. But our findings suggest the mechanisms behind CP, reduced cognitive performance, may not be isolated to this area. Joe Costello of the University of Portsmouth's School of Sport, Health and Exercise Science added, "The findings significantly add to what we know about the relationship between exercise and these stressors, and helps to reinforce the message that movement is medicine for the body and the brain." I know that we could write entire articles about why getting enough sleep is important for brain health. In fact, I've done that. For example, explaining why accumulating a sleep debt not only negatively affects cognitive performance, but also interferes with our ability to comprehend how much our brains are affected. And we can point to many studies about how exercise, especially the brisk 20-minute aerobic version used in this study, is sort of a key to health in youth. In one example, a study out of Brigham Young University found that moderate exercise reduced the odds of dying from any cause during a set period by 27%. So try to get enough sleep. And also make sure you get at least a little bit of exercise. Your brain will thank you. And I promise, your business challenges will be there when you get back. That's it from Inc. You can find more tips and advice at Inc.com. Check back tomorrow morning for another tip from Inc.